Hello everybody, here's your Strategy Wolf again, and we're looking into the second turn of Strategic Command American Civil War versus Luzi, play by mail multiplayer part. And yeah, we're playing the Confederate side, as you know, and yeah, let's go into it and watch the opponent's turn together. So, okay, let's do it. I think from now on my kind of mode is going to be that we're gonna watch these turns together. Then I'm probably going to do a cut and then analyze the situation, make myself my thoughts, and then I'm gonna present my actions. But anyways, let's go in and watch the first replay of the enemy's turn. Okay. So yeah, now we see basically there was not so much to see to this time, yeah. But what was this there in the west? I saw kind of some Union units moving into, I felt like it was Kentucky, but this might not be true unless she declared war on it, but yeah. We'll see in a second. Okay, so yeah, I guess like she picked the Missouri went the yes option, so because they are violating Missouri's neutrality. Tons of towns being captured, and Arkansas and Tennessee joined the Confederacy. Wonderful. As well as North Carolina. And yeah, Provisional Army of the Confederate States begin organizing, whilst President Lincoln is calling in the volunteers. So, again, the 3 states that ceded to our side. Okay. Mr. President, to avoid the federal blockade of our ports, we have begun importing 50 MPPs per ton worth of copper, gunpowder, and other essential raw materials from Mexico via an overland route into Texas. This trade will continue as long as you maintain control of Laredo, but will cease if Mexico enters the war against us. Control Laredo, Texas. Let's have a look. It's here, okay. Mr. President, Virginia is unquestionably the most valuable state in the South, home to vast mineral resources and armaments production that will sustain our fight for independence. Now that it has joined the Confederacy, it is essential that we begin planning the defense of Virginia immediately. Our highest priority should be the defense of the city of Richmond and nearby Petersburg, which may be threatened by invasions both from the north out of Maryland and east from Fort Monroe. You are strongly advised to maintain an army in the Shenandoah Valley to the west, although you should not seek to cross the Appalachians, as this will leave our troops exposed and difficult to supply. Do not attempt to cross the Potomac unless you are prepared to launch a full-scale invasion of the north. Such an action is sure to inspire thousands more volunteers to fight for our armed enemies. Okay. Okay, we can produce divisions. We can produce mountain divisions now. Having 2 brigades to set down. Okay. As you see, like in the turn before, this was grayed out as Virginia joined our side. And it looks like our capital... Is it already the capital? Probably next turn. Okay. Let's have a look what happened in the west. Since I saw these kind of movements going on. Okay, Kentucky seems to be still neutral, so I guess this was just a movement on the left side of the Mississippi River here. Interesting, into Missouri. Yes. Is Missouri already ours? Yeah, we can actually, we'll probably also grade this up. Interesting. Here was some ship movement, but nothing big to see at this point. And yeah. Where else did we see some advances? I feel like, yeah, was it here from Pittsburgh already into Western Virginia? Yeah, this looks like definitely here was some kind of advancement into here. Yeah, well, this western part is like hard to defend and also very hard to supply, as I told you before, so I guess we won't see a lot of action here. But as mentioned in this event, this Shenandoah Valley here should be definitely defended, especially since also I feel like here's the 1 mine, 2 mines, 3 mines like on this route, so this is the very like high interest for us, so we'll see what happens. Okay, everybody, I'm going to make a cut, have a little more of a look, and then make my decisions, and we'll be right back. See you in a second. Okay, and here we are again. So analyze the situation a little bit more, and like, yeah, we're here in the west in like southern Missouri, because this is basically the one place where I really feel like a lot of the replay or what we saw was probably this area here. We saw some kind of detachment from US border troops marching here into southern Missouri, taking Joplin, and especially this mine here, which is, I guess, kind of a standard move for the ES player, but also is definitely smart. And I kind of would hope to retake this area, since there's just detachments here, if we get substantial reinforcements down here. However, we'll see what happens. I can't promise this right now. So our first reinforcements won't go here. We also have to see how many event troops join up here. This must be just some like minor Fort Baxter detachment or something like this. I'm pretty sure the Union doesn't have like strong troops here by now. And yeah, we'll have to see how this is going to develop. So yeah, newest development, they marched into Missouri. So here in Jefferson City, we have this regiment with on a very low like force level of 1. They can go be reinforced up to 5, which we're going to do. I don't intend or think we will be able to really hold them off for longer, but there might be the chance that she goes too quickly and puts too few units here to really make Missouri surrender, which can buy us a lot of time. So I'm definitely going to resupply them to 5, which is our first expenditure up here. Okay, this is done. Yeah, let's move to the west, to the east. We just see everywhere our fortresses that I already talked about before, also here at the coastline. So yeah, there are basically no other units on the map already. There's definitely going to be some event units that pop up here on the map, I guess in this area and also in the east. So this is the same for the US. So yeah, this turn there's not much action going on. We have 2 new units that like were already in the production line, and it's 2 brigades. Those brigades are, let's say, very cheap and units, a basic infantry unit, but it's good for defending and they're easily built. So yeah, we can definitely try to take some nice positions with those and just keep the enemy from taking it. So for this moment, it's very nice. And since I want to kind of like erect some defense up here for sure, I'm gonna deploy both units here in this area, since it's by far the most relevant part. So let's maybe place them here on the railway, and it's a good supply, so next to and enrichment. Yeah, so this is where we deploy those guys. Exactly. What else do we have to do? Basically, we have no units to move at the moment, apart from some ships in the south where we're coming to next. But let's just spend the rest of our money. We have like 735 MPPs left. And I am intending to purchase 2 more brigades, since you see in comparison to the division they are like 100 MPP less, but certainly also way less strong, especially in terms of attacking. But for the defense, as you can, if you want to compare the values here, is not that significantly worse. And yeah, they take 1 turn less to produce. So I'm going for 2 extra brigades that we're gonna purchase. So they're gonna be there very quickly in 2 turns. I guess probably these guys here. And with those guys, maybe I'm just like, my plan is that by quick production and these cheap brigades, we set them up and they maybe can take some undefended territory, good positions, and just like stay there and hold them until we get more substantial reinforcements. What I wanted to show you in the reports is that I checked the spendings of the Union in the last turn. To be honest, in the single player, I don't use these graphs too often. I just wanted to check here for diplomacy and research, since if there's necessity to align. And there has been spendings of 200 MPP last turn, which either could be 1 great power or probably even 2 chits into Kentucky. I don't know which she really prefers. If she really spent 2 chits in Kentucky, then I guess it's going to be very, very unlikely that or 1 chit here is really going to do something, since they would be at 6% chance while we have 3%. And yeah, But still, I mean, with a lot of luck, let's call it that, we hit the 3% chance before they do, and we would even bring them to our side, or potentially bring them to our side. So yeah. But since there was definitely US American investment in here, I'm not going to reinvest in diplomacy by now because this is too expensive. I don't want to start a standoff in this field right now. I was considering maybe she also invested in Apache for 100. I'm not sure. But yeah. I'm gonna leave it like that, and yeah, rather invest in other things right now. So, anyways, looking back at the report, I'm not 100% sure if I'm reading it correctly, but she didn't spend anything extra on research. I mean, the US starts with some investments in research, but not the entire maximum, so I'm a little bit surprised by that. Also, even if they collected 900 MPPs, there was nothing spent. I don't know if this is just information that is not being shown to us, but like, yeah, for me it's definitely there. So yeah, maybe the enemy forgot or wanted to save up, I don't know. Well, let's not bother. We're sticking with these 2 brigades, and I'm planning to invest 300 more MPPs into research. And here I was picking infantry tactics, since this is giving us kind of a slight advantage, or like sooner in the defense value of infantry, so kind of essential for us. And then I want to spend another 150, and I'm a little bit indecisive in between core organization, which will allow us to the production of cores, which are really strong units later, or if we just go into field telegraph. I want to cover, it's like a lot of interesting things, but we have to make his tough decisions. Also, fort modernization is high on my list, since you saw we have so many forts, and I want definitely to make them kind of defensible. However, I feel like core organization is going to be long-term one of the essential technologies, so yeah, 1 shit goes in here. So 35 left, not so much to do for us anymore with that. Let's just have a look down here, since in the Gulf of Texas, I feel like we saw some maritime movement here of a single gunboat. We have this river timberclad and a river gunboat here. So actually, we can go up to here. Let's do a little bit of reconnaissance. It's raining, so I don't know if this actually, probably it's limiting our range. Okay, they're not here. So yeah, maybe let's set them up just here. A little bit more inland, so maybe they will not be spotted and they try to come up here with their boats and run into kind of a trap. But to be honest, I don't expect like wonders from these units here. However, yeah, maybe there might be a chance if there's a unprotected small unit here that we might go into a attack and return with these ships. But that's kind of it. Yeah, and I feel like, to be honest, at the moment there's nothing more to do, so we can finish this turn, but this time I'm not gonna forget that there's like things upcoming, so yeah, let's see what happens. Great Britain extends belligerent status to the Confederacy in response to the blockade. Okay. Texas militia fails to capture Fort Wichita. At least we get a militia down here, that's helpful. Okay, and here Virginian volunteers form new brigades at Richmond. This is what I was talking about. Now we're getting an HQ, which is essential, and a lot of further reinforcements for the area. And also here in the Shenandoah Valley, we're getting some units deployed. Oh, this is disappointing, just a regiment. Still, it will hold them off, like, from pushing very quickly down here, so we can, I hope we can reinforce this area as well. Okay, great, and we're getting 930 MPPs. Remember, those ones we are just getting these are the ones that came as a result from the event we took at the end of the last turn, so we're not having a big sponsor in Europe, but instead we're getting 10 rounds of this extra MPP, so yeah, let's hope this is going to help us substantially. And that's kind of it, and yeah. Again, then hopefully see you next time. I hope you enjoyed the video and you stay focused. Yeah, please comment if you have anything on mind, any questions or any criticism. I'm happy to improve my quality of recording with you guys and the way of display. So yeah, please go ahead and let me know. And yeah, like and subscribe, of course, best case. So this channel is going to be a huge success. And then see you next time with the third term. Thank you and see you then.